Hello everybody and welcome back to Granya's Kitchen. It is Sunday afternoon and I am cooking a family roast here. And I popped on here because I've decided that I'm going to make sin-free gravy. I want to smash my results in September, and that means that every little bit matters. So I've got a gorgeous rib roast that I'm going to do with potatoes and loads of veg. And traditionally kind of gravy can be quite high in sins if we're adding a little bit of red wine, some gravy kind of thickener, all of that sort of stuff. And what I wanted to do was to make dinner today absolutely delicious, but also for it to be completely on plan. So the way to make a delicious free gravy is, first up I've got an onion, so you get a medium onion and you pop that into a pot just over a low heat, and you take a medium carrot. So this onion and carrot have been chopped up quite small. So I am going to just let that onion and carrot soften. So it'll take about 6-7 minutes over a low heat, but you'll know yourself, once it's softened, then we're going to get on to the next stage of the gravy. So that onion and carrot is beautifully soft now. That took about 6 minutes approximately. Then what I'm going to do is add a medium sliced up potato. This was a tip I got from Pinch and Nom, because if you think about it, it's nice to have a nice thick gravy when you're having a roast. And the thickeners is where all of the sin values are in terms of gravy. And this was a great trick from Pinch and Nom, adding a medium potato. Potato is a natural thickener. It doesn't affect the flavour in any way, shape or form, but it's a natural thickener. So as I say, a medium potato sliced up there. Then what I'm adding to this is 600 mils of stock. Now because I'm doing this gravy with beef, I've chosen to use beef stock. If you were making gravy to go with chicken or lamb, I mean obviously use whatever stock flavours you like. Now traditionally you would use, ones I've used are the Norse stock pots. Now traditionally you would put one of these stock pots to 500 mils of water. What I've done is I've put 2 stock pots to 600 mils of water. It's just to bring about that more kind of intense flavour as such. What I'm going to add to this then is some Worcester sauce. Again, don't be slays, whatever you like. I quite like the Worcester sauce, so I will add a nice little bit there. I'm going to add a little bit of balsamic vinegar. Why not? It just elevates the gravy a little bit. I would traditionally make gravy, excuse the rest of it, I would make gravy with red wine, and I just find a little bit of balsamic vinegar has that kind of same impact of using wine. And the last ingredient that I'm going to add is some tomato puree. Again, it just gives a depth of flavour. You can see I'm not measuring stuff here, by the way, guys. Okay, you really don't need to worry too much. It's just to get the combination of flavours together. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to let this stock with all of those ingredients kind of cook down for about, I'm going to bring it to the boil, and then let it cook for about 15 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes, to make sure that the potato and the carrots, although the carrots are softened, are nicely cooked through. So now this gorgeous gravy is ready to be blended. Now the one thing that I didn't add earlier that I want to add is a little bit of pepper. The other thing you could add to this gravy if you chose to, I just genuinely don't have them to hand, if you had fresh rosemary or fresh thyme, if you wanted to throw in a few sprigs of that would add a beautiful flavour to the gravy as well. The one thing to just be careful of if you are using fresh herbs will be that you remove the herbs, kind of leave them in their full form, and remove it before blending it. So all I'm going to do is blend this. I can't find the other end of this. I can't find the thing that makes this work, but that's what you will do, is blend it. I'm going to take this to one side and throw it through my Magimix. But whatever method you have, Liquidizer, Magimix, or one of these blenders, you're going to blend this gravy now until it's smooth. So this gravy has been beautifully blended and it is absolutely gorgeous. Now what I did was I actually made double the quantity. So the quantities that I was talking to you guys about, I made double because I want to freeze some. And let me show you a great tip for freezing gravy. So first of all, what I'm going to do, just look at that gravy. Look at the richness of colour in that. Now that's the gravy that we're going to enjoy tonight with our rib roast. Then I'm taking the rest of the gravy and I'm just pouring it into the measuring jar. Got to keep a little bit more for tonight. My boys love their gravy. They're going to be having some Yorkshire puds with their dinner as well. So, ice cube trays, all right? This is a fantastic way to freeze gravy or anything like that. So what I'm going to do is get my ice cube tray, and I'm simply going to fill it up with the gravy. Then I'm going to put this ice cube tray into the freezer, and when it's frozen, I'm going to fill up the other 3 as well. When this is frozen, I'm going to take it out, I'm going to remove all the gravy cubes, and I'm going to put them into a huge big freezer bag and put that back into the freezer. What I find is sometimes I'm cooking just for me and I just want a bit of gravy for me. 4 of those cubes is plenty for me. Other times I'm going to be cooking for the whole family, which means I need the full tray of gravy, of gravy cubes. But that's a great way, so you're not wasting, you know, you're not trying to kind of portion it out into bags. So as I say, I'm going to fill the other ice cube trays. These are going to go into the freezer when they're frozen into a bag, and I've got gravy for tonight's dinner and enough gravy for at least 2 or 3 more dinners over the coming weeks. So there you have it. Absolutely delicious, on plan gravy.